UAV online. Dead silence. Kill confirmed.
Well, that's a pretty funky looking class you got there. What do you got? Well, I've got what some might call the FAD and Deagles, but if you're a freak like me and you have to overpronounce everything you say, I've got the FAD and the Akimbo Desert Eagles. That sounds like a peculiar setup. So why have you got the FAD? It's because the FAD can do goofy shit like this. Bullet hosing. Fully auto train wrecking. What you get with the FAD is an assault rifle, a very versatile assault rifle, but I think a lot of people fail to see its versatility and its full potential, and I think there's a couple of good reasons for it being so overlooked. The main reason being the unlock time. You unlock it at level 78, and by this time people have already unlocked the Type 95, the MP7, and all the other good guns that they need. They're not really in the mood to just experiment with new stuff, they just want to get to rank 80 in prestige already. The other reason being that when you first try out the gun, it feels extremely uncomfortable, or at least it did for me and a few of my friends who tried it. I didn't like using this gun at first. It felt very, very jumpy with the iron sights, and of course, it also felt very weak. Even in its ideal range, it can take 4 to 5 shots, and from an assault rifle, that's pretty bad. You want to be hitting 3-hit kills with your assault rifles. So considering the gun felt really weak, and the fact it felt very jumpy and awkward to shoot, I wanted to carry on using it for a couple of reasons. Mainly because it sounds fucking awesome. Honestly, this is one of the coolest sounding guns I've ever fired in a shooting game. So good in fact that I just want to hear it again. Let's get a little snippet of that, shall we? Ooh la la. That sounds quite fucking brutal. Almost sounds as good as these little firecrackers right here. Also very, very tasty, I approve, but surely you didn't want to persevere with a gun just because you thought it sounded cool, right? Well, of course not. I mean, that would be too goofy even by my standards. But the FAD is one of those guns that is just plain fun to shoot, and I feel like I can take on the entire fucking world with it. Doesn't always work, admittedly, but you can't blame a guy for wanting to feel ambitious when he's got this gun in his hands. Now, I did think the FAD at first was kind of awkward to shoot, and it felt kind of jumpy. Now we're talking no proficiency, no attachments, we're still ranking it up and unlocking all the moolah for it. So at that point, what do we have? We have iron sights. Okay. Iron sights on the FAD are kind of strange. They're unlike any other iron sights you might have seen before. The ghost ring, as you saw before, is huge. It's very wide open, and the frame of it is quite thin, so what you end up with is something that's not so obtrusive in my opinion, but gives you a nice wide open view right down the middle. And then of course you have the posts to pinpoint your shot. So iron sights, not too bad to look through in my opinion, but when you start shooting, it becomes a whole different story. They start to jump a little, they get their groove on, they start doing a little dance for you. You don't really want them to, but they're gonna do it anyway, and there's not a lot you can do about it right now. It becomes a little bit like looking through an LMG sights where you get a lot of visual recoil when you start firing. The irons start jumping up, it's a little difficult to see what you're shooting at. But I think having kick reduces that jumpy nature and it makes it much more laser-like, and it's a lot easier to fire. But I also think that having the red dot sight attached, even without kick, reduces recoil in itself. It's as if the red dot sight has kick built in. I might be the only one who thinks this, but I definitely think it's worth trying. But if you are adamant to stick with the iron sights because red dot doesn't feel that necessary, it's good to combine it with a suppressor and play it like a submachine gun. The FAD is very good at that. The FAD is very good at everything. When I said this was a versatile assault rifle, I mean it can be an assault rifle, a submachine gun, and a light machine gun all at the same time. The steady handling of it gives it the assault rifle precision, the high fire rate gives it the spray and pray nature of a submachine gun, and the high magazine count gives it that bullet hose LMG character. It covers all the bases and it can do them really well if you're willing to get used to it and learn how to shoot it. This is my favourite gun in all of Modern Warfare 3. I've decided that as much as I love any shotgun and submachine gun, the FAD is beyond fun and effective when you take the time to get the gear you need. Looks cool, sounds cool, plays cool, and it works fucking wonders. So come here, you bastards. I'm not sure we're going to survive this, so hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.